To be honest with you, I kind of wanted to go back and watch this anime. Amari-chan wants to have a family, or uh, wants a family, whatever you want to say it, or anything like that. I kind of want to press one and say here, this anime is so adorable. It's so cute. It really actually is. And we got to meet a new person based on this anime. Happens to be the sister, which has to be the EG's sister. I can't remember her name, but anyways, she's cute. She's normal. I think she's best girl based on this series. I have to like his sister really a lot. To personally be honest with you, one thing I found very cute the most is that I found very cute the most is that she calls AG's I have a hard time pronouncing these words. I do apologize. Anyways, his sister came by, just wants to know what's going on, like how you doing and stuff like that. Because usually when you have like your mom and your dad, or basically like your family, lets you come over and say like, oh wow, I love your place, James. Oh, I love your couch. I love your chair, your table. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you cleaning after yourself, or you're doing all that different kind of stuff. And sometimes you have family members that usually just ask you basically like, hey, are you trying to take care? Are you basically brushing your teeth every day, take a shower, take a bath, whatever, eating properly, eating your vegetables, fruit, stuff like all of that, different that kind of stuff like that. And I can understand the personalities and stuff like that when it comes to family members and stuff like that. And stuff like that. And sometimes family members will usually just basically just ask you, just based on all those different sorts of questions, because they worry about you, they care because they love you so much and stuff like that. It's a very basic good aspect. But one thing that really got me chuckled really the most is basically called his sister Auntie. That got me rolling. I'm not gonna lie, it really actually did. It got me rolling big time, and I was just like, okay, that's really actually something, really something else. It really actually is. This anime is beautiful. It's cute. It really actually is, and I just love it and stuff like that. One of my favorite parts, actually, that's one of my favorite parts, but one of my most favorite parts of this episode was basically Amari was basically teaching her mother, or I would say, well, not her biological mother, but she looks at her basically as a mother, as a mother, because that's basically how she views and stuff like that. But anyways, she was Amari basically was teaching her, basically how to cook, basically how to do things and stuff like that, and stuff like that. Amari is very smart. She's basically AI robot. That's basically what she really actually is. If you look basically in the movie of Will Smith of AI robot, that's how that basically really best to definitely do. Or they can see through the lenses through human beings and stuff like that, and they can really can understand like what space was going on, what's the emotions and stuff that what people really actually go through, because they can understand those kind of circumstances and stuff like that, and just basically to analyze like, basically if I had a robot would analyze, oh, he's stressing out and stuff like that, maybe I should help him out and stuff like that, maybe that's what I really basically should. To be honest with you, I really don't need a robot to really basically to tell me like and say like, James, you're stressing out. We need to do something. We need to get you to the hospital. And let me carry you to the hospital and stuff like that, and stuff like that. I would just personally just say like, hey, I can take care of my own self and stuff like that. That's basically what I can do. I could try to basically do that. I wouldn't mind having a robot basically wander around in my house and just basically like tell me stuff like, James, you want me to go get you some food? Should I help you pay the bill? Should I help you get this or get something like that? I wouldn't mind basically of that, like basically like have a housekeeping role, basically around the house that teach me how to cook and teach me from other different things, and remind me of things. I definitely do think that would be a very great idea to have something like that, to have a companion basically in a house and stuff like that. If you look at basically as I said for iRobot is a very good reputation. It really actually is because they're supposed to be there for basically the human being. They're supposed to serve as a purpose for basically the human being to basically to help them out, like clean and do other things and stuff like that, and do errands and stuff like that, and basically stuff. That's what they're supposed to basically they're supposed to do because they're supposed to assist. That's what they're basically supposed to do. Take as is for a laptop. For a laptop, laptops are built to help human beings and stuff like that, and stuff like that. I can ask my robot, obviously it's not my robot, my laptop. I can ask Google Gemini. I can ask almost anything I want. I can ask like what's today's weather and stuff like that. Basically, with my cell phone. That's what it's there for. That's what it's also basically there for. If like let's say Alexis or Siri or whatever you want to say or anything like that, whatever that builds into basically your phone. I'm not really too fond into Apple iPhones really all that much. I'm not really too fond. I'm more a Google basic kind of like a person kind of guy that likes these kind of phones. Because the reason why I do it because I definitely think they're they're more fun to have, and I think they're a lot easier to use. I don't mind having an Apple iPhone, but it's just not really basic for me. But I prefer a Google phone better, a lot more better. Actually, my phone is not basically Google, but it's just a regular Android basic kind of phone because it really actually is because it does have the built-in technology to basically have a Gemini that basically supposed to ask basically all different kinds of questions and stuff like that because it's built to understand and to also to help the person basically in need. To be honest with, like I said before, I wouldn't mind having an AI robot basically in my house, basically like maybe help me clean and maybe like make me some things or maybe some food or something like that or whatever that it basically needs to do and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind basically having something like that. That's something I would definitely would love to basically to have. I would love to have a companion and basically sit with me, maybe like watch some anime with me or something like that, or play a game with me or something like that. I wouldn't mind stuff like that. I wouldn't mind basic stuff like that. But what I need to be reliant based on the world to do everything for me, not necessarily. I don't want necessarily to rely on a robot to just to do my daily routines and stuff like that. That's what it basically feels to me. But I want the robot to basically understand, like, hey, I'm a human being. You may not understand like how I feel, but you may not really see from my perspective. But the robot would really basically just ask me questions like James, are you feeling okay? Is there something I can do or whatever that maybe is and stuff like that. But I think definitely think this is a very good reputation based on what this anime really is basically is about. And basically this episode. It's very cute in nature, it really actually is. But like I said before, I don't see a whole lot of people basically watching this anime because a lot of people probably get turned off because they probably don't know because some people will probably say they never really had a family, they never really did because they never had a mother or a father or aunt or uncle or a cousin, stepbrother or stepsister, right? Something like that. Because people that were raised as orphans, they really didn't have really much of anything. They really didn't. I feel really bad for people like that. I really, really do. I'm being really honest. I feel really, really bad for people like that. I really do. I know a lot of people probably don't want my pity or something like that, say like James, I don't want your pity or anything like that. But you can consider me as family to you guys, and I'm being really honest about that, and I really am, and that's what I really want to do. And, I really wish I can just basically just meet with one of you guys to just tell you how much I love you, how much I care about you, and I really truly mean that, and I really do. I'm not a rude individual, basically kind of person. I'm not shy or anything. Like I love to talk to people. I love to be around people. I know there's a lot of people that are not people persons, but that not people persons because they're really are not because it means that they're just shy or they just don't like being around people don't like to talk really all that much because, and I do respect that because within their space it feels to me. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this video. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you guys have a long day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. And please leave a comment below. Anyways, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys later. I really do mean that. I love you guys. Take care. Bye. And I hope you guys have a nice day. I really mean that. I really do. Take care. Bye.